place of hell, you know what I mean. I terrorize a neighborhood. They know that we're up to no good. We're at the house by the cemetery. They don't go in cause it's really scary. The door opens and I head on in. But not a hell now begins. Inside, take a look around. Then we're chased by chuckles of cloud. Go up and down the big staircase. A secret panel to another place. I saw a guy wearing a hockey mask. He's carrying a bloody ass. He chases me on down the hall. And blood was dripping from on the wall. Haunted house. All the things I see. Haunted house. Being chased by a bee. Haunted house. I wanted to scream. Haunted house. Hope it's all a dream. Downstairs and they're following me into a room that's full of zombies. They're tearing into all my friends with a stepman and a red. Jumped on my head by chuckles of clown. My knees buckle fall to the ground. And just when things couldn't get any worse, and now they're loading me into the hearse.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, welcome back to the Chuckles and Laughs show, and here we are. The gentleman himself is going to be coming into the one and only hot seat. He is the guest himself, one of Rhode Island's, dare I say, Rhode Island's best ghost story writer. Let's hear it for Tom D'Agostino!
I do too.
You know, there was once an interview with Paul McCartney and Ozzy on the Howard Stern show, and Ozzy began to talk, and Howard Stern looked to Paul McCartney and said, "Do you know what he just said?" "Hell if I know, I'm from England and I don't recognize that language." True story.
After a few drinks, I get like that.
Oh, really?
It's great at a Halloween party.
Tom D'Agostino, welcome to the Chuckles and Laughs show, and it is stories like yours that have inspired people like me.
Sorry?
Have you been let down?
Can we shut that up, please? That inspired people like me to be ghost hunters and be enthused into this stuff, especially enthused in local New England, where a lot of your stories take place.
Excellent, thanks. I'm glad to know that I made such an impression here.
Yes, and look who you impressed.
This is your fault. Look
Yeah, I know, huh?
It's not all his fault, but it's partially his fault. There are a lot of folks out here, like myself and the evil clown mother and the Puritan over there that do acquire your books and enjoy them very well. They're not dry, and that's a problem with a lot of ghost stories when people get into it. They either get too much unbelievable stories into it, or they get to the point where they're too dry and it's like 5 minutes into it, the book has now become a coffee cup holder. Yours are not like that.
No, I was hold up tables.
Yeah. Well, that's only because you have so many of them. What is one of your favorite books that you took the time to write? What is one of the famous books that you have published that you enjoy the most that you can promote to the folks out here?
Actually, the Haunted Rhode Island is really one of my favorites. It was our first book, Arlene and I worked on, and it has, I mean, all the places are really cool. Rhode Island is like the best place for haunts and ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the coolest and strangest people, dead and alive.
I take credit for that one.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's true. Rhode Island is chock full of history. And it's one of those things, it is one of the, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of the original 13 colonies history lesson. We have been here since the start of Mr. Roger Williams did his freedom of religion. Why wouldn't ghosts chill out here? There's more people that believe in them in this state than any state in the Union. It's incredible. We have characters like Mercy Brown in here, Nellie Vaughn, Vampire's Highway, countless buildings inside of here that predate America's birth date, like the Payne House and all that are haunted, all HE double hockey stick without the 2.0 put in front of it.
There you go. Yeah, actually, we have more cemeteries in Rhode Island than anywhere else in the country.
Really?
Now,
Yeah,
I'm
over
assuming
3,000.
you've done your research on these things, right?
Yeah.
There's a cemetery just around the corner here. You seen that one?
No.
Biggest cemetery you've been to? Do you know?
The biggest cemetery I've been to? Well, it's Swan Point.
Yeah?
Yeah,
How many
that's
people you think are dead in there?
None of them. Every time we go, they're all dancing.
Yeah! And then the security comes and throws us out.
Oh yeah, you gotta stay one step ahead of the security and the dogs.
That's true, isn't it? Yeah.
And we were only there for a couple minutes checking out Mr. H.P. Lovecraft's gravesite. By the way, H.P. Lovecraft, the father of modern sci-fi, yes, he is a Rhode Island native.
And he's buried here to prove.
Yes, in Providence, as his headstone says, he is Providence.
You gotta find it under the Phillips, though. You can't look for Lovecraft.
Yes.
Right.
And the gentleman is, you stayed there for about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And a security guard comes up. What are you doing over here?
Yeah, what's Sylvester Stallone, by the way?
Which we don't have any, stuff on us that desecrated grave. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? I'm checking out Mr. Lovecraft's gravesite. Oh, how long are you gonna be? Oh, no, the guy ain't going anywhere. He's dead. I can take as long as I want. Well, just remember, you're gonna be out here by dusk, okay? You'll be out here by dusk, or I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna have to knock your heads around, alright?
He called us expendable.
Yes, he did.
So that's what Sylvester Stallone's doing these days, huh?
That's what he's doing. He is guarding Swan Point. Mr. Stallone, I am sorry, don't kick my butt. Rhode Island, the Haunted Rhode Island. What is one of your favorite stories inside this book that you have written?
My absolute favorite is the Ramtail Factory.
I have heard of that up in Foster, right?
Yes, it actually is the official haunt of the state of Rhode Island. It's mentioned in the 1885 state census on page 36, labels Ramtail Factory haunted.
Wow.
Hey.
There you go.
Only Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Just like when you look up in the encyclopedia and you see crazy weirdos, you see us next to this. These two right here. We have replaced that. That is cool. Ramtail up in Foster, Rhode Island.
Woo, Foster, yeah,
I heard that
woo!
this is actually a very hard spot to trek to, and
Actually, not anymore.
no.
No, in fact, it's part of the land trust now. If you go in, the actual factory itself, if you park on Ramtail Road, just past the cemetery, you'll see a metal gate. You follow through there. You can't drive through, but unless you take the gate down, I don't know what the front of your car will look like. And you walk down, not even a quarter of a mile, and you come right to the remains of the factory.
Excellent.
Lovely.
Have you yourself had any experience at Ramtail that maybe influenced you to write this?
Well, one of the first times we saw some spirits, and then, of course, when I guess somebody who was driving around the thing came, they made us leave and take the spirits with us so we could finish them somewhere else.
Yeah, those types of spirits.
Yeah, oh yeah, wow, what do you think? No,
I thought you meant like real spirits.
Yeah, we did.
The Irish
No,
spirits.
they were real spirits.
I've actually encountered, I was with a friend once, we were doing a vigil there, and about 45 minutes into this vigil, all of a sudden we saw this white light, kind of like glowing, and start moving around the trees between the buildings. And I go to my friend, I go, do you see that? Do you see that? And all I saw was a flash of going up the path at about 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah, he saw it all right.
And he left you behind, did he not?
Without light, right.
And Scooby-Doo up the trail, spinning wheels and everything.
And another time we heard what sounded like a lantern swaying in the wind. It came close to us, moved past us, and then came back again about 2 or 3 times. I was with another couple of friends, and they never came with me again on any other investigation.
What weenies?
They were, yeah, I know, huh?
I love that. I've seen these shows, these ghost hunter shows, where people go into the room and they're calling, "Is anyone here? Make a noise. I want to hear you. Show me you're here." And then something happens and they freak out. And I'm like, "You asked for it. Like, what are you running for?"
Or when they're in there and they're going, "I'm all alone in this room." Well, who's holding the cue cards, the camera, and the light?
That is true. We've locked this building. It's only us inside of here.
And
But you said the place was haunted. So if it's only you, what's the point of being there?
Yeah. It's
Leave. We hope there's only you and a couple ghosts. That's a good night.
Yeah.
If you weren't writing scary stuff, what would you write?
Wow, nothing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even learn how to read.
If I wasn't a scary clown, I would be working at Ronald McDonald's.
He's a pedophile.
Or guarding Swan Boat Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, guarding the cemetery of Sylvester Stallone.
Hey,
Hey, clown, I think someone over there that's texting will take care of them. They don't take me seriously, man. They really don't. I'm in clown gear. I go up, get out of the cemetery. I get, "Hey, did you escape from Butler?" "Yes, but that was last week. I'm here to tell you need to get out of the cemetery." "Sylvester, please take care of it." He doesn't help me out. Really doesn't. You know, you have another book that we enjoy, the wife and myself, and it's about vampires. Yeah! Rhode Island is vampire capital of the United States.
And they're sparkly.
Yeah, no, they don't sparkle.
Kick him out.
Please remove him from the building. However, I'm not a necrophiliac, but when I did see the picture of Mercy Brown taken out, she was still pretty attractive for a dead girl, so to speak. Not that I haven't asked her out before, or
You're
wouldn't
being
do
so
it.
gentle about this.
Yeah. So I asked her out and she rejected me. Is that so hard? Hey,
That sucked.
it did. It did. Only she did no sucking, and I did not become a vampire. Maybe it's because I didn't twinkle in the night. She wanted
You
to know.
start twinkling the night, I'm gonna kill you again.
Excellent. That's a good time.
Maybe he was twinkling.
So, explain to us about this vampire book. Some good stuff inside of that.
Yeah, it's actually all true accounts that were written in newspapers and in other different periodicals of how New Englanders actually dug up their loved ones, sometimes numbers of them, 6, 7 at a time, looking for a vampire among them. And they exorcised them as vampires. They actually cut out the innards and they burned them and they fed the ashes to the sick.
Excellent. So
Proper.
next time I'm in the cemetery digging something up, I just need to tell the cops I'm taking care of my local family. Might be a vampire on your side here. But your name isn't Joseph. How do you know that?
I've got 20 fake IDs. I can
Hey.
get anyone you want.
It worked up to 1892. What the heck? Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Retro's big now, right? We can totally do this.
I am getting in trouble totally for telling people it's okay to go dig up graveyards. It is not.
No, it's not okay.
You will end up in jail. Trust
And
me.
it'll smell.
Yes, and
And
you
by
will
the way,
smell.
if you don't heed that warning and still go out and do it, then you deserve to be in jail. And thank you for taking yourself from the teen pool.
Besides, it's an awful lot to dig. Who wants to work that hard anyway?
Yeah, and nowadays they actually surround the coffins with cement, so
Yeah.
it's impossible to get into those things. It's not like back ye old when it was just a pine box in the ground. Mercy Brown Cemetery has been defiled and vandalized countless times. That too, countless times they have stolen her headstone.
And brought it back.
Brought it back. They have tried digging up her spot where she wasn't, and then they moved her, and moved her again, moved her again. Who knows where she's at now? But there's been countless jerks out there that have tried to destroy her stone. Which, by the way, if you try to do that, there are police there, and you will get arrested. Not recommended. Tell us a little bit. Now, we know about Mercy Brown, and maybe you know a little more about this subject than I do. But there is another one by the name of Nellie Vaughn, which is not touched upon a lot in the state. Can you educate us about this young lady?
Well, Nellie Vaughn, yeah. She was actually not a vampire. She did die of consumption, which is why people believe they were vampires, because they looked gaunt, pale, be coughing up blood. And then when they died, they buried them, and then the next person, they didn't actually know that consumption, or what is now tuberculosis, they did not know it was contagious. Okay, so these they pass it on by coughing over the table. They ate to a bed in the winter, that kind of thing. And Nellie Vaughn died in around the same time, around 1889. And it was a story that goes that this teacher was trying to tell people of the Rhode Island vampire.
Yeah.
And he wasn't sure who it was or where it was, but it was down in this area. And so some legend trippers went driving around, and I guess they came upon that cemetery because it's dark. It's at the corner of 4 roads, and there's an old meeting house, and they were looking around, and on this stone, they see on the stone, it says, "I am waiting and watching for you," which is a common term on stones, and that was their vampire. So the vampire Nellie Vaughn was born, and of course her stone was stolen several times, and now it's been taken away. But she wasn't really a vampire. She just was moved there actually from her family plot after the family sold the farm.
Excellent. See, we learn a new thing every day. I was very unknowing about her. Maybe I can ask her out.
You could do.
There you go.
You think she'll say no?
Yes.
Oh.
You can try though. I would like to tape that and put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whoa.
That cemetery
you
is
being rejected
definitely
is
watched.
hilarious.
That
Oh.
cemetery is watched by the neighbors and everything. You can't walk in there without someone stopping.
Actually, true story about that cemetery. Not too long ago, the gentleman used to put a hearse inside of it that had a camera in it, which he would direct the folks. Yeah, Nellie Vaughn's down there, and they would go down there in the nighttime and get caught in the cemetery on camera. And the next morning, we would take that camera and they would give it to the police, and it would pick up the license plate and who was down there, and they would get a nice nasty gram for trespassing and a fine for being inside that cemetery. I thought that was great justice.
Oh yeah.
I guess they ended up stopping him because that's called entrapment, so they had to stop the whole deal of that. But hey, I thought it was funny, especially when I sent a couple people down there. And when we were working at Field of Screams, now you know where Route 3 is, and down by Richmond, there's a huge cemetery across from the state police officers area. I can't count the amount of times when someone came and you know where Mercy Palm Cemetery is? And after about the 9th time, you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to tell you where it is. You just go down Route 3 for about 5 miles. You see this big cemetery on the left? That's where she is. She's in the big marker right in front of that big building over there, which happened to be the state police building. I wonder how that made out for them. I really wanted to follow them and see what happened with that one. I think I sent probably about 20 to 50 people down that area one night. They probably all were inside Rhode Island State Prison after that one. I gotcha!
Somebody stop that cloud. We're running out of room.
It's their fault for not buying my book.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right.
Now, if someone wants to buy your book and wants to buy your newest book, where can they find it?
You can find them at Barnes & Noble's bookstores, other small mom and pop bookstores and small chains. You can also find them at Amazon.com, or you can go to our website as well, and we have them there, which I personally sign and personalize anything they want, and it's the same price as if you would buy them anywhere else.
Yeah, but it's personalized, so it's
It's
better.
right.
Much better. So, what is your latest and newest book, or do you have one coming up that we can look forward to?
Actually, our latest books, I took a year off writing, but the latest books that came out were Haunted Vermont and Ghosts and Legends of Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut, that's where the evil clown is from, by the way.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
That one, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a masshole.
Oh.
We don't hold anything against him. Sorry about that, brother.
No, you're not.
You're right, I'm not. It really is true. They do befit that name. You'll find that out. You've been gone for a while.
I've been gone for quite a while.
I've been tossing around ideas for a new book, but I think I'd like to do one on clowns.
Yeah.
Sources here. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Do you need some inspiration? Do you have any families you'd like me to torture?
Sure.
Scare?
I do hire myself out
I'll leave
for
you a
revenge.
list.
Oh, yes, it's kind of like Santa Claus, only different. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. I'm gonna stab you if you're naughty or nice. It doesn't matter. Chuckles a clown. It's coming to town. Yeah! The heck of you, Santa Claus, I will get you. I will kill you one day. And it's coming 2 months away.
He's got a thing for Santa.
I don't have a thing for Santa. I have a thing for Mercy Brown. I hate Santa. There's no thing for that.
He's got me breeding crumpets now. You know that?
What? Santa's got you doing what?
Breeding crumpets.
Reading crumpets.
Breeding.
Breeding.
Yes.
What's that?
Look it up, a crumpus. Look up the crumpus.
What is that?
It's kind of like a troll. It goes around and it puts kids in a sack and it smacks the hell out of them.
Oh! Well, maybe if...
It's better than coal, because coal doesn't do anything for them these days. They don't care about that.
No, coal's good, because heating sources is expensive. You can eat coal...
Why not even the children
Thank
report?
you, my
So
God.
it's good to be bad.
And you are so right on that one. You know what they say, only the good die young. That's why I will be forever immortal. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Tom D'Agostino. Hopefully you stick around. If you have any of your books, I'm sure there's some folks out there that be gracious to buy them and autograph and all that other good stuff.
Get your Ozzy.
We have them all.
Excellent. We will be seeing you shortly.
Chewing the head off the bat.
Yeah! Chew the head off of that! You're gonna do a commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, here we are back once again with Mr. D'Agostino. You thought we were done with him. So did we. But we're not. We're gonna poke and prod and do whatever we have to get some more information out and entertain you, the fans at home, and of course our live studio audience. I don't know how much longer they're gonna be alive.
Oh, I don't know. They're looking pretty weak. The gas is starting
It's close to
wear in.
lunch.
It is. And he does need some inspiration for his book. Which, by the way, if anybody in the cast decides to come back and tell him first so he can write it down.
Yes, yes.
Don't go to me. I mean, I'm already dead and I'm probably going to trip you and cause you problems in purgatory. So
He will,
Here.
definitely.
Yeah. So go to him. Being dead is not so easy. Definitely not.
It's a living.
Kind of a living, just kind of not. Dead. It's kind of like a living, only different.
Dead is the new alive, so they say.
Yes. Is that why they call me a deadly sexy beast?
Who the hell's ever called you that?
No one.
That's what I thought.
Shut up, man.
This
Shut
one
up,
over here, on
man.
the other hand.
Just let me dream for once.
Oh, alright.
And so he looks like Ozzy.
Are you
And
done
you get all the
dreaming?
chicks he wants. And
It's
you
true.
can definitely do an Ozzy impersonator very, very, very well.
Oh yeah, when I was in the hospital, they had me drugged up, of course, which wasn't me who drugged myself up. Well, one or the other. Anyway, I was trying to speak and trying to do like my, the menu and everything, and I'm like this, and all the nurses are coming and go, look, it's Ozzy, come here, it's Ozzy.
The only reason they knew it wasn't Ozzy is he didn't have his Depends on.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only reason. Sorry,
I have to go to
Ozzy.
the bathroom.
I still love you, man. But after you do that many drugs, something does not work inside of you.
You know, somebody asked him once, how do you stay on stage so long? Don't you ever go to the bathroom? And he goes, depends.
Hi.
We talked about the haunted Rhode Island. We've talked about the vampire. We've talked about the coming up of the haunted Connecticut. Connecticut. What other books have you written?
Oh, let's see. We've written Arlene and Ayat. Arlene over there.
Hi!
Hi!
Yeah, I know.
The camera can't see you. Oh, yes, it can! They're gonna...
Isn't she beautiful?
You can see that better if she's in the light. Hint, hint.
So, what other
Oh,
books?
okay. Well, we have Haunted New Hampshire, Haunted Massachusetts, with Haunted Vermont already mentioned, a travel guide to Haunted New England, which showcases several little towns that are really haunted in New England, lots of haunts, but they're places like you can actually park your car and walk around all day.
Yeah.
And it's not like Boston where you go to one place and then you take an hour to drive to get the other half a mile to the next place and spend $40 in parking. So these are places you can actually walk around, like Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and Old York, Maine, Newport, Rhode Island, places like that. Newport, yep. And it's a total of 9 books, Abandoned Villages and Ghost Towns of New England.
That I would like to purchase from you before you leave.
And we also have Pirate Ghosts and Phantom Ships.
I know someone that would like that in the corner. You know, Rhode Island is actually home to a lot of pirate figures. We have everything that's badass. We have vampires, pirates, ghosts, crooked politicians, mobsters, I was about to go there with a Prince of Darkness, but no, that's not badass. That's more like ass. So,
yeah, they used to call Rhode Island the scourge of the colonies.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's why it's a place to be.
What's better to be an evil clown than an evil clown in Rhode Island? The heck of you, bozo, I hate you. So, these are all great books, and I have to catch up on this Abandoned Village one, because there are a lot of those abandoned towns in New England. Have you ever heard of Dudleyville?
Yes.
Dudleyville.
I actually have been there when it was legal to go there.
And you're still standing after that one.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't heard the stories of Dudleyville, it is highly haunted and maybe by demonic forces. I'm told by a lot of paranormal investigators it's not recommended to investigate that area. Because usually something horrible happens to the one or not all of the folks that have investigated that.
Yes, their car gets towed and they get fined heavily.
That is But have you heard any of the truth to these rumors about any of this stuff down in Dudleyville, the demonic and all that?
Well, we were there, like I said, over 20 years ago when it was actually legal to go in there. And as we were walking through Dudleytown, the intersection, it's a long walk to see nothing, first of all, because it's all overgrown. Anything that's there is underbrush. And there was a strange smell, and it wasn't me, that kept following us.
Sorry.
And I heard that jingle, too.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
Family picnic.
I always warn people, you know when he's coming by the smell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You were with me.
And this, actually a stick came flying, like about a 6-foot stick or branch came flying out of the woods at us like a javelin. And the woods are sparse, you could see between the trees. And the few people I was with, they're like, hey, you know what, we should go now. And I'm like, no, I'm going on. You guys can go that way, go ahead. I'll see you back at the place. I'm the one with all the stuff. So they had to follow me because I had the keys to the van.
That's the way to do it. You always make sure you hold on to the keys so your eyes don't chicken out on you.
The keys, the
and
water,
leave you in the
and
spooky
the
house.
gun if you need it. Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever been up to, I guess they call it Buck Hill Campground? There's a road called the Patriots Road. And it's one of the original roads that the Patriots traveled down here. It's all grown up and everything. And on the side of it, there are actually foundations from the old village that used to be the side of there.
Yeah, I used to camp up there in Buck Hill.
Did you?
Yeah, there's a camp up there that was I'm not sure if it's that one, but I found out there's a camp up there that used to be a tuberculosis camp.
That's
Little
probably it.
tuberculosis village.
Camp tuberculosis, huh?
Well, nice place to shake the
Camp
scalp.
consumption.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. I'm taking you to Camp Tuberculosis.
Yes!
Wow, if I only knew that.
Much better than Camp Syphilis.
Yeah, oh yeah, much better. At least the tuberculosis comes quick. The syphilis loss. Syphilis. I did not mean pea soup. Syphilis is not a soup, however, split pea is.
Camp herpes, you keep that forever like luggage.
Oh, yeah, herpes.
You never leave.
You get that.
Yeah.
Camp tumor. Yeah.
Camp tumor. Lot of tumor. Lot of tumor.
All these great ideas, how enterprising, huh?
Yeah.
Good enterprising business session here.
Maybe.
That's how we make a new camp.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
New camp.
Camp tumor. And then we can have Sylvester Stallone up there.
We get both of them.
We can get him a
That's
job.
our camp counselors right there.
Yeah, it's good. This is your camp counselor.
He's not a governor
Sylvester
anymore. He
Stallone.
needs a job.
Hello, Adrian. Get over here. He's not Adrian. Adrian, get over here. Job opportunities are out there. You just gotta push yourself into
He
that.
needs work. He's not a governor anymore.
Yes, he does.
Get him employed.
He's got to pay for those 10 children he made illegally with that young lady there.
Yeah.
It's not a tumor.
Nada tumba.
We love it when the sound guy is on the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom D'Agostino. We're gonna go to a commercial break, and we hope you enjoy the show.